Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ty Johnny back with another live video reaction, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell to see more of me, and we all gonna eat as a family. As the great words of Ace Boogie goes, everybody eats B. If you're new to the channel, like I said, please sub up. I appreciate you if you're new, if you're watching, and you could, even if you watch 30 seconds of the video, I appreciate you. But one thing I do want to say is if you try not to sub up and you watch the whole video, it don't matter where you live. You could live in Atlantis. You could live in the Bermuda Triangle. You could live in Narnia. I'm going to find you and make you sub up. That's all I'm going to do to you. I'm not going to beat you up. I ain't going to put my hands on you. I'm going to just be like, let me see your phone real quick. Sub up. You're like, how does this man find me? I'm on Mars right now. And I'm like, I told you. But today, to those that's been subbed up, y'all already know how I feel about y'all. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Y'all the best, man. Y'all already know. But to those who are, today we got a good video. We got Larry Bird's most savage moments. I don't want to waste y'all time. Let's get right into this action. Y'all go. I already know I've done a bunch of Larry Bird videos, but y'all let me know y'all favorite Larry moment. What is this? Most savage? What is y'all most? What do you remember? What is your most memorable moment of Larry Bird being savage? Of what I know so far, it's really just him trash talking players. Really, a funny moment to me is him like being around Magic Johnson and stuff like that, and he be trying to be cool with him or whatever, and Larry be like, I'm straight on that guy. That's a savage moment right there that I like by Larry, even though Magic is my guy. But let's get into this action.
The reason why Larry Bird was called legend was his brilliance as a basketball player. And the other part were his legendary and vicious trash-talking skills. Bird was a killer on the court. He had a foul mouth, and he wasn't afraid of anybody. This explosive combination gave birth to some of the most ruthless trash-talking stories in NBA history. So here are the 10 best Larry Bird savage moments.
Let's go.
1988 three-point shooting contest. The three-point shot in the NBA was first introduced in the 1979 NBA season, Larry's rookie year. 7 years later, at the 1986 All-Star Weekend in Dallas.
That is a question I did want to ask y'all. What made them want to implement the three-point line? I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory, but I like learning from y'all rather than looking it up. I think it's better that I learn from my fans, so we can keep that connection going with each other, because I can easily look these things up, or sometimes I be knowing, and I just want to hear from y'all what y'all reasoning y'all think it is too sometimes. So shout out to y'all for always commenting and being great in the comment section.
NBA brought the first official three-point shooting contest to the scene. Larry won it and repeated next year at the All-Star game in Seattle. In 1988, he was going for a three-peat in Chicago. Before the start of the contest, Bird entered the locker room, did not speak a word to the other competitors, and just took a good look at him. He finally said, "I'm just looking which one of you is going to come in second." The room was filled with silence because they all knew what kind of a shooter Bird was. Of course, Larry would go on to win again, proving that he was the best shooter in the world. He won without taking off his tracksuit, famously raising his hand while the contest-clinching three was still in the air. Response to Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges was one of the best shooters.
That was a savage moment. Larry walked in. He said, I think he was missing on purpose because he don't ever miss that much. He had to be missing on purpose to make everybody else think he wasn't. I don't think nobody thought he was going to lose, but he had to make it interesting, if you get what I'm saying.
The 80s. And he competed in a three-point shooting contest with Larry each time Bird was participating. Larry won 3 times, and Craig finished second twice. When Hodges finally took home the title of the best three-point shooter at the All-Star Weekend in 1989, reporters asked him if the main reason for his victory was Bird's injury and non-participation. Craig said, "Larry knows where he can find me," and Bird replied, "I know where, at the end of the Chicago Bulls bench." The left-handed hit. Bush guy, cold, smooth smile skill.
Yo, Larry is funny, bro. And his left-handed game is savage too, though. He played a whole game three-quarters left-handed.
Brilliance in the 85-86 season when he led the Celtics to the title. They lost only 1 game at home throughout the season and the playoffs, setting an NBA record with 50-1. The Portland Trailblazers were the only team to defeat the Celtics at home in December, so they were a good bet to win in front of their crowd in February. Before the game, Bird surprised his teammates and journalists by saying that he would shoot all his shots with his left hand, except long jumpers. This was the last game of a long road trip. Larry would always find new motivations and challenges to get through the monotonous grind of the regular season. In the game against Portland, he'd go on to have one of the most memorable games of his career. He hit a shot to send the game to overtime and then hit a game winner in the OT. Bird finished the game with 47 points, with 14 rebounds and 11 assists. He scored 22 points with his left hand out of sheer boredom and fun, which tells you how
He got a triple-double with his left hand, scoring with his left hand, if you really think about it. Second, any person that's shooting strictly with their left hand, I'm going to make sure you leave that game a little hurt. I'm not going to lie to you because you're not finna clown me like this and we all grown men and we play in the same league. Like, I might got to elbow the left hand so you can't even shoot with it no more. Now you got to sit on the bench for the rest of the game. I can't.
insanely good
Can't go for that.
this guy was. White guys guarding him. Larry is not white. Larry is clear, said Bill Murray in Space Jam, while explaining Bird's ethnicity to Michael Jordan. Larry Bird had skills for days. He was thinking the game 3 moves in advance, and his jump shot was money. He was nimble at 6'9", but he wasn't by any means an athletic player. Bird suffered from WMCJ syndrome, which stands for White Men Can't Jump, and he was aware of it. On one occasion, he called basketball a black man's game due to the natural ability and athleticism of African American players. Because of that, he hated when the opposing teams would defend him with another white guy. Bird said that it was disrespectful to his greatness because he was dropping 30 and 40 on the most athletic players in the league. So if you put an unathletic white guy on him, that's barbecue chicken right there. In the trainer's lab. The highest scoring game in Larry Bird's career came in the 1986.
I don't got too much to say about that last one. We all know he's frying. If he frying Michael Jordan and Scotty, what you gonna do with Kevin McHale? And like, come on, let's be real. Anybody, John Paxson, Mark Price, like even though those are little smaller players, but like it don't matter who it is. Jeff Hornacek, who you want to throw on him, he's gonna fry him.
Season. In a game against Dominique Wilkins and the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh,
At the
man.
beginning of the first quarter, it was obvious that Larry is in the zone. He'd hit everything he threw to the basket, with the announcers repeatedly saying they were watching the greatest shooting exhibition in basketball history. Bird scored 60 on 61% shooting and 15 of 16 on free throws,
I know
hitting
you
ridiculous shots over several players. During the
He had
game,
the bench
he
going
suddenly
crazy.
said, in the trainer's lab, to Hawks players, which meant he would try to make a 3 from the corner near the opposing bench. He got the ball, made the shot, and one Hawks player who tried to guard him tripped over and fell exactly into the trainer's lap, just like Bird predicted. The Hawks bench was so amazed that they were laughing and high-fiving each other, totally perplexed by Bird's brilliance. After that, they were fined by their coach Mike Fratello for cheering on the opposing player, tormenting Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was one of the best defenders in NBA history, with quick feet, long arms, and a motor that never shut down. He was a pest, an annoying pest who never stopped guarding, provoking, and getting into everybody's face. And he used to be a nightmare for scorers around the NBA. However, when he was just starting out, he needed to get some schooling from Bird. After Larry scored when he was just starting out, he needed to get some schooling from Bird. After Larry scored 4 consecutive shots over Rodman, he opened his mean mouth and started destroying Rodman. Bird started yelling at Rodman's coach, Chuck Daly. "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me or I'm gonna go for 60. Even though Rodman was almost superglued to him in an effort to deny him the ball, Bird was at his sarcastic best. "I'm open. Hurry up before they notice nobody is guarding me. Merry effing Christmas." 1990. Larry Bird loved to play against the Indiana Pacers, where he was always greeted as a king. It was where the hick from French Lick grew up, made his first basketball steps, and took Indiana State University to the 1979 NCAA Finals. And the game Boston played against the Pacers played on December 26, 1990, will forever be etched in memory of the Pacers shooting guard, Chuck Rifleman Person. Before the game, Person said to the reporters, "Rifleman is in the building. I'm going bird hunting today." At the tip-off, Bird replied to Person that he has a Christmas present waiting for him. While Chuck sat on the bench during the game, Bird received the ball in the corner and shot a three-pointer. As the ball was flying towards the basket, Bird turned to Person and said, "Merry effing Christmas." The ball, of course, came in without touching the rim, torching the Suns' bench. The best teams in the NBA often coast through the regular...
Dude, these moments, you got to think, like, he not even trying to be savage. That's what makes it more savage. Like, he not even trying to... You know how some people try to act tough? Like, and you could tell, like, they didn't grow up like that or they just trying to act hard. Larry just being himself, man. That's why this is what makes it more savage. He's a chill, laid back guy that gotta talk when he gotta talk. Like Merry effing Christmas, man.
Their season and can lose their edge and focus when playing against mediocre opponents. In one game against the Phoenix Suns, the Celtics lost a double-digit lead and were trailing by 2 in the final seconds. The Celtics had the possession, and they could tie the game and go to overtime or win it with a 3. Larry knew his Celtics shouldn't be losing a game to the Suns, and he wanted to play no overtime. So he went to the Suns bench and told all the players and coaches what was about to happen. Yeah, I'm going to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. Unsurprisingly, he lived up to his word. As the ball was still in the air, he turned towards the Phoenix bench and yelled, "Told you so," as the ball was going through the net, calling his shot against Xavier McDaniel. Xavier McDaniel was one of the most notorious NBA players in the 80s. And on the courts, he liked to get physical, like Olivia Newton-John. When he was playing for the Sonics and the Knicks, nobody was really messing with X-Man. However, Bird was not afraid of a scuffle, and there are multiple stories of Larry participating in bar fights during his NBA career. In a crowded Supersonics arena, Boston and Seattle played a close game tied just 10 seconds before the end. At that point, Celtics coach Casey Jones called a timeout, and Bird confidently told him to just give him the ball and that the others move the hell out of the way. On his way back to the floor, Larry said, "That's exactly where I'll get the ball, and I'll score the game winner in your face," while X-Man replied, "I know you will get it there. I'm waiting for you." Bird received the ball right where he said he would.
Wow.
He made a tough fadeaway shot. After Bird realized there were still 2 seconds left, he told McDaniel, "Damn, I didn't want to leave 2 seconds on the clock," while X-Man walked back to the Sonics bench in disbelief, tormenting a young Clyde Drexler. Before Clyde Drexler came into the NBA, he was one of the best players in college basketball, forming the famous Phi Slamma Jamma with Hakeem Olajuwon, players in college.
You know this. You know what's funny? This is my first time ever seeing Clyde Drexler with hair, like a fro on his head. I've always known him as bald, or with the low cut on top of his head. I've never seen him with hair. First of all, why is he jumping like this? Let's start there. Y'all let me know if I need to react to Clyde Drexler in the comment section below, because what is this?
Drexler. Before Clyde Drexler
What is
came
this?
to the NBA,
Bow!
he was one of the best players in college basketball, forming the famous Phi Slamma Jamma with Hakeem Olajuwon at the University of Houston. Drexler was selected by the Blazers with the 14th pick in the 1983 NBA draft. Even as a rookie, he was already one of the most athletic guys at his position. However, Bird wasn't impressed. When Drexler subbed in the game against the Celtics, he started guarding Bird. Larry smiled at him and mockingly said, "You can't stop me. You're a rookie."
Look at the picture, bro. Imagine this man saying that to you. I wouldn't even take him serious neither. Look at him, like he look harmless. No disrespect to Larry, like knowing Larry, but he just looked like a cool guy. He looked like he don't even talk for real. You know what I'm saying? And he's just telling me, "You can't stop me," or "I'm about to catch the ball right here and shoot it in your face." I'm gonna look at him like, bro, I'm not worried about you.
You don't know
Next thing you know, blow, 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 60 on your head.
anything. He would proceed to hit jump shot after jump shot over Drexler before the Blazers coach had mercy on him and subbed him out, while Bird was laughing at Clyde on the way to the bench.
That was a great video, Nonstop. Shout out to Nonstop. Y'all make sure y'all go. I'm gonna put his video in the comment section below, or the link to this video in the comment section below. But out of these savage moments, let me know what y'all favorite moment was. Mine was, let me think real quick of all. He had Dominique, 60 on Dominique. He just cooked Clyde. Larry is clear. Dennis Rodman was one of the things. I think my favorite one. Oh, yeah, the 3-point contest one is classic, too, though. He said, "I know where to find him. He'll be sitting on the end of the bench." That is hilarious. I'm not going to lie to you, but, yeah. I ain't going to lie. That 60 points on Dominique, really on the Atlanta Hawks, when the bench was going crazy, that might be my most favorite savage moment out of this video about Larry, because there's no way you that good to where you cooking the other team so bad you got them getting hyped, crawling over each other, laughing at their own teammates, man. Getting them fine. That's funny, I'm not gonna lie, but y'all let me know your favorite moment and a favorite savage moment in the comment section below. Also, if y'all need me to react to Clyde Drexler with the fro, nobody ever told me. Obviously, I knew he had hair, but nobody told me he was hooping with the fro, and I knew he was hopping, jumping out the gym like that, but yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know He had the fro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know that. It's my first time ever seeing that. But like I said, this is the end of the video. Sorry, I was just thinking about like, you know, wanting to be around for those times when or being alive during those times, seeing the 80s and 90s players hooping stuff. But y'all go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, what other Larry videos you want me to react to, or any sport, NBA, Clyde Drexler, anybody, to be honest, in the comment section below. Y'all just put the link to the video. Also, make sure y'all do these 4 things for me, please. Not make sure, but I ask that you do these 4 things. Who am I to demand y'all to do anything? But I ask that y'all do these 4 things for me. I appreciate y'all for that. Already do it. For those that already do it, hit that like button, subscribe button, comment something, hit that post notification bell to see more of me. And we all gonna eat as a family, and I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Shout out to Larry. Peace.